Hey guys, good morning. You're here with a new campaign.
Lord of the forest.
I've finished the Nagrad yesterday, survived even after losing the original army. Before we go into what's gonna be today, I wanna say did one change to 600 command. Since nobody even voted for 3-time chaos on the polls, I made it 3 times chaos above 500 subs, active all the time. And if it's above 600, you guys vote for 5 or 10 times. Since nobody even goes for 3 times in the polls. This way, this was I think suggested by Katama. So over 500, it'll be 3 times chaos in every campaign. Over 600, you guys vote for 5 or 10 times. Yoo-hoo! Thank you, Blackguard. So, what are we playing today? Playing Wood Elves with Orion. This is our third Mortal Emperors campaign with the Wood Elves. We played, I think both of the first two were some kind of challenge going on. I think the last one was only alliances with Elves were allowed. It's been a while. We haven't played Wood Elves in nearly a year. This one is dubbed Melee Challenge. We are not allowed to use deepwood scouts, glade guard, waywatchers, and the glade guard in the armies. We can still use them in the garrisons. So a more melee-oriented army. We can still use some range units, but those are nothing really special and limited usually in the army, unless you really want to go for it.
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
Thank you, Raiden. Okay, Wood Elves, one of my favorite factions. Definitely fighting for that 5th spot. Because I love archers, but this time we are playing Wood Elves without archers. It's quite, you know, the opposite. We'll make things spicy in the beginning and different later. I'll see. Since the developers have introduced experience gain for the AI while they're doing nothing, the melee has gotten weaker than ever. So the casualties are gonna be higher than ever, no doubt, in this type of challenge. Has something in my eye. Okay. So Orion leads the Wood Elves. Initial challenge is hard. It's just slow and missing some polish in some areas, but not really hard. But it was my personal faction ranking, the number 1. Enables the unique wild hunt event. This only works on other lord than Orion. Orion leads the wild hunt, but he himself don't have the buff for the wild hunt. Plus 10 leadership during forest battles. When you're going into battle, it says if it's a forest or not. 15% upkeep for all cavalry units. This is the faction effects. Elite forest spirit units cost Ember to recruit. These are the units which don't cost Ember to recruit for Argilon, which is Dultus faction. This faction has the Ember mechanic, makes it unique, and makes it, you know, inconvenient and you know, kinda kills the variety and the length of the campaign, the Ember mechanic. It's more bad than good over time. It's, you know, as the years go by, this faction is been released 3 years ago. It's really hasn't really received any proper updates for the Warhammer 2, really. They did change the battle skills on everybody, but how this faction works, it's no longer really fits the Warhammer 2 campaign, especially the Ember and their outposts. Orion has 20% more weapon strength and 8 charge bonus for the Wild Riders. This is a really strong buff for the Wild Riders. Wild Riders are almost, you know, like a medium cavalry, which is really deadly, especially in the hands of the AI. But they're not gonna be as deadly as they used to be because of that free experience the AI gets, which is, you know, daily reminder 20% too fast CA. Tune that down. Tune that shit down. We're starting with a unit of Wild Riders, extra Wild Riders, Eternal Guard, and Deepwood Scouts. We're gonna have to disband the Deepwood Scouts since we're not allowed to use them in the armies. Anyways, not much really to say. If you guys have any questions regarding Wood Elves, I'll be happy to answer. It's an overpriced DLC, so people always have questions about Wood Elves, since it comes with a mini campaign for a game that is no longer even supported by the CA since over 2 years ago. Yoo-hoo! I'm gonna be a little bit slower today, guys. I had way too much to drink yesterday. Campaign ended in the morning, and decided to not start this one yesterday, so way too much to drink. This headache will probably go down, so nobody use caps lock in the chat. Hey Ruby, good morning.
Be ever vigilant, my eternal lord. I come to render my assistance to the forest, for this is a time of great peril for Athelloren. Potential enemies are at every turn. To the north, the Bretonnians lie in wait. We must tread carefully, for their expansionist desires are well known, yet they could be firm allies against other foes. Furthermore, greenskin incursions are increasing. They defile the sanctity of the forests with their filth. The only answer is war. Move against their mountain hovels and end their sorry sorties. To the west, the beastmen herds are massing. These cloven beasts will desecrate everything, including your sacred woodlands, unless stopped by force of arms. You must turn the tables, take the hunt to them. The taint of chaos must not despoil the king's glade. Though the men of the lowlands know the price of intrusion, they still trespass upon your hallowed groves. No more. Drive them from the forest's edge. The Oak of Ages is threatened, Lord Orion, and it is time to unite in their defense. The Azrae of Athelloren shall be ascendant. To war.
The old guy is the most contradicting and ambiguous character I ever seen ever. Yeah. So we start with the control of the King's Glade and the Oak of Ages. Oak of Ages is under control if you play Durtu or Orion. Oak of Ages is basically pretty much their campaign objective. You need to upgrade the Oak of Ages to tier 5 and do a quest battle. This could be, you know, pretty fast game depending how fast you ally. You do need Ember to upgrade. And the most important thing in the early game of the Wood Elves is to get the Oak of Ages to tier 3. That's the most important thing. In the beginning, you can immediately go. You can immediately use the warlords, go after this element here. It's a tough battle, but if you know what you're doing, it's fine. But we are not gonna be able to do this this time like the last time, because we have to disband the waywatchers and the deepwood scouts. We're not allowed to use infantry bows or the glade riders in the army. In the armies. Tomorrow male challenge. We're allowed to use the hawk riders. They do cost ember. So we'll see what's gonna be with them if we're gonna get rid of them. Right now we're 2 units already behind. So it's gonna be a slower than usual Wood Elf game. Wood Elves are just, you have to have patience in the beginning. The province is highly rebellious, so best to, you know, do some rebellions in the beginning, and then you go after some easy targets after that. They forgot to put public order in the core building. In my opinion, each one of these buildings should give public order, But we're just beating that horse. We said this a million times already. Like I said, the Warhammer 2 has not been kind to do those. They have been forgotten. So on the legendary, you just basically have rebellion seal all the time, while in the outposts are more easier to rule than the actual Ataloran. Not at all, they're rebels every few turns until you upgrade the Oak of Ages. When you upgrade to Oak of Ages, it's too easy to maintain public order, but in the beginning it's you know, you're just basically stuck here for some time. I don't know, we haven't played this faction in a year, so there might be some ninja changes as usual. There's a lot of things that is not in the patch notes.
Defender of Athel.
Doran! What do you have, Doran? Discipline, please. Weapons Master. Goddamn Weapon Master. So we started with Waste Stalker. Discipline would have been ideal here, because we're going to definitely need the all discipline characters. Red extra attack. Orion. Orion is so nice. Starts with 2 abilities, 1 bombardment, 1 vortex. Can shoot, can fight in melee, and can around annoy the hell out of it. This guy has some of the highest stats overall for harassment of any lords in the game. It's quite nice to use him. It's one of those things, you know, click 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 click. You get good rewards. What do we have here? We have these main units, so they might not actually go with us here. We have a military access and non-aggression pact with Carcassonne. How do we get Amber that we need for Oak of Ages and upgrading the provinces in the forest? Some technologies as well. And units. Cue the Spanish guy who pays Amber for units. By the way, guys, somebody has made a song on YouTube, official song, which uses the Spanish guy, and if the Twitch detects something else going on that's similar to that song, the video gets muted. It happened yesterday for the first time. We might not be able to use Spanish guy anymore with some of the background music. God damn. They muted 5 minutes of my video yesterday because they played the Spanish guy. And I didn't even use the song they said. And if I wanna, you know, go against it, I have to, you know, give all my informations for the court of California, you know, to have rights to do shit, whatever they want. Anyways, moving on. They wanna take the Spanish guy away from us.
Protector of the forest.
So we get Amber from provinces. Each capital gives 2. Minus elements give 1. Military allies give 1 per region. You get some Amber from quest battles. Red War with beastmen, the Red War Triumph and the Paragon.
Glade, we will see our homeland persist through all the coming ages of the world.
And these guys are really picky. It's kind of bizarre that you don't start with non-aggression with these guys.
No.
Okay, they don't want anything to do with us right now.
What could you possibly want? Certainly not.
There's a way to change their opinions. They probably don't want to do anything because it is better in those 2 units. Military strength does make a difference with these deals.
God King.
So we can recruit Eternal Guard right now, no shields either. Going to need tier 2 for the Trickster's Gallery. 6800 health, 15 armor. Well, this is pretty basic. You need income, so you get this building 800, and you need growth. You get the growth building as well. It's like this is a no-brainer. We don't care about public order.
Guardian.
So, we're waiting just for the rebels here. We can't really do anything right now except wait for the rebels.
I live to serve Ariel.
Cannot break treaties with Carcassonne because it's treachery. The treaties are basically signed on this turn, so we have to wait some time. These guys don't like that we are dealing with them.
I thirst.
Yoo-hoo. So, we'll just go somewhere here and work on the initial traits, I guess.
The hunt calls.
We have to be careful. The Oak of Ages is more exposed than ever before. Because we won't be able to see them coming unless we have the surrounding area. These things can get ninja'd easier than ever, so it doesn't take Akatama anymore to lose the Oak of Ages even to the beastmen.
You have my blessing.
Yeah, he's sneaky about this because he has a wicked garrison. So they might threaten nearby, but they're just gonna destroy the oak instead. You don't lose anything if they destroy the oak, you just basically rebuild it in no time. So there is like no really any downside. It just, you know, looks bad when you lose the oak.
Guardian of the deepwood. They will not succeed. Lord of the Azrael.
What about losing to Telia? Telia, it's okay, Rick, it's okay. Telia has nasty great swords and guns, and they're known to snipe it. No commandments either, this faction doesn't have commandments. Okay, let's get Morai Haig the Crone. Technology is pretty basic. Some technologies are very overpowered, some technologies are really bad, like this one here. The best technology is this one here. 10% ammunition for missile units and 20... Oh man, they renamed it! They renamed it! Oh man, I have a screenshot somewhere. When does this ninja happened? When does this ninja happen? Sneaky CA? Hold on, I have a screenshot somewhere, boys. Just give me a second. Oh man, they changed that? When did they change that? That must have been happening while we didn't play Elves all this time. It's been a year since we played this faction last time. Long ago, it's didn't... we are talking about missile typo, not about the armor, Porchev. Don't get confused. We know about the armor change. They fixed the bug on the armor, but they left the missile bug. So this is when they released the patch, when they made the plus 20% into plus 20 flat. It was always plus 20 flat. It was just plus 20% was a typo. So you see, ammunition plus 10% for all missile units. There's only one S. Now 2S. Oh man, we can finally play Wood Elves properly without you know, our OCD going to on the fritz. This is a very strong technology because 20 armor is really a lot. The elves in general are glass cannons, Wood Elves more so than other elves.
Protector of
They have very impressive stats, but at the cost of armor and health.
the hunter.
Okay, we're pretty much not gonna do anything. We just wait for the rebels right now. Early game is slow like that. We had to disband the waywatchers and deepwood scouts. First few battles are gonna be against the rebels, now more so than ever before, because we cannot use archers, so it's harder. Okay.
Master
Do we
of
get
wild.
these guys here? I feel like how much do we lose if we get him right now? We lose nearly 450. 450. That's a, you know, small impact on the treasury. Because I want to get war dancers. When I'm going to play as the Vampirates, there is a Vampirates campaign available. Anyways, guys, before we continue this, let me show you what's coming as well. I made a Google Doc, and this is what's currently available as well. We don't have Wintertooth or the Dwarfs number 30 available. So there is this is one of these is next. Vampire Coast, Carcassonne, Vampire Counts, Order of Lord Master, Clan Pestilence. I have not decided which one is after this campaign. But whichever I feel like, it's probably not gonna be Order of Lord Masters, so it's gonna be one of these four. I'm pretty much one of the only one that decides Akatama. Not many campaigns left really. Whatever I feel like after this one fits the best because of the play style.
Shield of Athelloren, God King of Deepwood.
I think we're gonna wait one turn here and not get this tree. It's just a little bit risky because we can't get Glade Guard. Glade Guard is the basic unit of Wood Elves. Since we played the Wood Elves last time, they actually buffed the Glade Guard. They have ooh. They didn't buff the Glade Guard? Didn't they buff the Glade Guard? What the hell? I read it in the patch notes. Hold on, what's it was just the Hegbane tips. Hold on, hold on. That was that patch note. I thought it was both Glade Guard units. This is not the patch. Doesn't say here either. Did this thing disappear from the page notes? Was this even in the older one then? Maybe it was just a poison, but why would they buff the poison when they didn't buff the regular one? God damn, look at all this shit here. Give me Warhammer 2. This was the patch notes here. It was not this one. And it's been this long. Not this one either. What was this one? So it was just the Hegbane tips. Okay, I misremembered.
Oh my god.
Okay, you're right.
Have you seen that shit? Holy shit.
So Hegbane tips better than ever. Better than ever. I mean the regular one, you know, I guess it's a tier 1, but this one is also tier 1, which is, you know, weird. I guess because this one is magic armor, so it's all better as well. Because they're both tier 1 units. So you pretty much don't want to even recruit the regular Glade Guard unless you're desperate to get early units. You basically just get a Glade Guard hide and immediately recruit the Hegbane tips. That's probably the best opening. Just get this unit. Ignore this. Just get this building here, one turn, and recruit this instead of the growth building. That 7 AP is actually really strong on a tier 1 unit like that, because it's an archer with a long range, and it's a really good archer as well. They're basically the quarrelers of the Wood Elves. Thank you, Shake. We're not gonna recruit anything in turn 1. We need population for this one, that's why we need growth. If I recruit now, we lost 450 treasury. And we need to wait for the rebels 10 turns. It's also going to build up something we don't want to build up. The authoritarian and the waste of trade. Well, you could Akatama, but you can't wait that long. You need units in the beginning, otherwise you're gonna get targeted. These ones are pretty good for the rest of the campaign. These ones are, you know, it's obvious, you know, no brain. This is basically Sisters of Alorn before Sisters of Alorn. This one's a tier 1, you need to recruit something in your army. You can't wait with this one to tier 2. Look at this, 7 turns. You're gonna have to fight the rebels anyways.
I thirst for the hunt.
And some random people will declare war if you don't have any units in your army.
Master of the wild hunt. I will make it so. Onward!
-12, that's 9 turns. Okay, we'll not recruit anything on the first turn. Ryan has income from raising settlements plus 20%. This is where the Wood Elves get most of their income, raising settlements. Yeah, Wood Elves pretty much... you could go for this settlement immediately, but not in this campaign, because we had to disband 2 units. You can, if you know what you're doing, you can attack this immediately. You're gonna have to deal with the rebels until a much higher tier. Until tier 3, the rebels are pretty much coming, guaranteed. Until you get the oak to tier 3, the rebels are a normal thing in the forest. It's just a bad design. I forgot to put public order on the core building. And the public order building, look at this. Plus 2 public order, plus 3 public order. So 2 tiers of the building, tier 2, tier 3, and you only get plus 3 public order. You need to just double this shit. Funny thing is, the Warhammer 2 building I introduced for the Wood Elves are super overpowered, and when you compare them to Wood Elf buildings from Warhammer 1, it's like it's a huge discrepancy. It's just, you know, a bunch of oversights. In the beginning with the Wood Elf campaign, you just have to be patient. This campaign, you know, it's, you know, always unpredictable what happens in the beginning, but it's just a different flavor. We are basically using melee over range in the armies to deal damage. We can still have some range, but not the damage dealers. Is wearing yourself fast rebels? No. It used to be in Warhammer 1, but not anymore. You need income.
The hunter.
If you raid yourselves, you lose all income.
I will grant your request.
Don't want to deal with these orcs without the range in the beginning, huh? Buildings are up next turn. It's still not worth recruiting, but they might just beeline for this area. I mean, look at these guys, rank 9, rank 27. They could surprise us if we don't get anything. It's, you know, it's usually, you know, you want to do something. Oh no, the game all of a sudden works differently, and it's gonna screw you up. So you have to be careful.
As you may keep your lying tongue. Short-sighted.
These guys don't want to deal much because our military is weak.
Lord Deepwood protects its sons and daughters.
The strength rank does affect diplomacy a bit, and it's more important in early game than later, really.
protector of the oak. King in the woods.
I just love how he gets 20% damage and 8% flood charge for the Wild Riders. That's so incredible. Another 450. I think we can miss one more turn.
Of Athel Loren, you have my spear, God King of the Deepwood.
I might get 1 point towards Ambusher. And then we go into for Recruit.
What could you possibly want?
These guys can work coordinate if we tell them to. Otherwise they just AFK.
Imprudent.
But, they still don't want to do anything. A little behind on military. Okay. We're gonna skip the first 2 turns of recruitment to save nearly 1,000 in the treasury. It matters in the beginning towards the next building, because you miss 2 turns of upkeep.
I thirst for the hunt.
So we get additional 800 income now and additional 30 growth. This nearly doubles the base growth.
Deepwood protects its sons and
You
daughters.
gotta keep trying to get deals with these guys, because they're supposed to be on your side. They will wake up one day and they'll listen to you.
Athel Loren, ill-judged.
They hate the beastmen, but they don't want to go fight the beastmen.
No.
Maybe they've increased the chances of the wood elves not be able to join these things in diplomacy, but they don't like that we're dealing with Carcassonne. At least the this one here. They have a great power penalty. Look at that, -3. And having 2 capitals is a great power penalty. Damn.
On my way.
Okay, we have to recruit some here. Otherwise, it's gonna be pretty bad if somebody just beelines here. These units are not that reliable without a wizard. Two turns. Rebels are in 7.
Lord of the forest.
I just love it. We have training in the army, and the experience didn't even move. AI doesn't even have training in the army, all the rank 1. Damn. Damn, saying this shit out loud is just like once your head wants to explode. Our army is gonna be heavy on the casualties without a spell singer. Well, yeah, they forgot about these things with Warhammer 2. They changed a lot of their design decisions, and the old factions are suffering from it.
The forest calls.
Okay, they joined the war.
Lord of the Glade.
What? Is Is that the wrong faction? Laurel Forest. Oh, the other wood elves. The one that mentioned the King's Glade and the Ataloran, but we have no idea about the existence.
Possibly want. Misguided.
It's not worth giving them any money for this. We just have to be patient with this one. Since when these guys became the High Elves?
The deepwood protects
Just no.
Tread carefully.
The High Elves have this because of how they behave in diplomacy, but these guys have never been like this.
Lord, this is Ataloran.
They even hate the beastmen.
Master of the wild hunt.
Just have to wait for this one here.
Ready to serve.
Let's get more glade Eternal Guard. Eternal Guard without shields always reminds me of those guys from the Lord of the Rings. This Lothran Sea Guard doesn't have the same weapon though.
Yes.
This guy have a spear, but it's not really a spear. Yeah, I can see this province is quite big, so getting it unlocked as soon as possible is critical, especially the tier 3.
Lord of the Azrael.
We don't have to recruit again. This is a problem. These guys don't join war against this one. They could just be lined towards the tree and they'll ignore them.
Glade, we will see our homeland persist, misguided.
It should be easier after turn 10, because they don't really like Carcassonne.
No, just no.
Beastmen have lost the battle, that's good.
Hide, you may keep your lying tongue for now.
They don't care about it.
God King of the Deepwood. Orders.
At least Dorto likes us.
What do you need?
Man, playing Dorto was something else when the Vampire Council ruled the game. Dorto was so fun against Vampire Counts.
Orion.
Now the Vampire Counts are garbage, you know, it feels like overkill even considering to play Dorto.
Defender of Ataloran. The forest calls.
We could get Ambusher and we could get Taskmaster.
Clear a path. Have my
Each turn we spend in the march stance increases the chance of getting it. This gotta be one of the worst technologies in the game. 10% flat. Why not 10%? 10%. Why not 10 flat? There should be like 10 flat to make these units usable. I have to go towards this one. This one is very strong. Armor is critical to melee, so otherwise we just die. And this one also. These are two good technologies. And what do the forest spirits get? Oh, they get garbage. This technology, they should add melee attack and they should add damage as well for these forest spirits. And what they get? 10% charge bonus. Let's go check their charge bonus. 12 charge, so they get 1.2. 12 charge, 1.2. 30 charge, 3 charge. Nice technology. Well, with range units in the army, Eternal Guard or Wild Balls support Rowdy Campaign Akutama. But with the melee changes, the flavor has become try-hard. Sorry guys for the mechanical keyboard noises.
Deepwood Guardian.
Slim has been back after a while. I haven't been chatting with him, and he hasn't heard about the news about Money Grab 4 and Pervexel 2.
Or the Deepwood protects its sons and daughters. Unwise. Not possible. I think not.
Well, they're definitely getting closer to us.
Ludicrous.
Ludicrous.
You may keep your lying tongue for now. Certainly not.
I thirst for the
Getting more dancers soon. Let's just stay here, chill here.
protector
We
of
can
the
get peace treaty with
forest,
power in 5 turns.
Lord of the forest.
Who's even available from the glade lords? I mean, the Surge is not bad. This one is also not bad. Ariel's chosen. Tala. I'm not gonna use Ancient Treeman with the Wood Elves. I'm sticking with the Glade Lord flavor. Well, the Wood Dances are a different tier unit, Amir. No, they're not the same tier. Oh, nice. Echo Time's gone. Pretty good. Hey, Konglok. Yoo-hoo.
Guardian of the deepwood.
Guess we can spy on Kazrak with Doden. Doden? This is not Doden. Weapon master, huh?
I live to serve Ariel.
Okay, we got tier 2. Go to tier 2. This is 3000 shekels, huh? In case they beeline here. This doesn't work unless we have the adjacency. It says all regions in adjacent provinces. So don't get this unless you control the adjacent regions. It's too early for this one. Spellsinger, yeah, with the Spellsinger.
Master of the wild hunt.
We can recruit the Wardance in 2 turns.
God King of the deepwood. Lord of the forest.
Yeah. Don't know if anybody is here, but the beastmen pretty much the only enemy that could surprise us. They're not in a very good shape. Fighting Estalia. It's tier 2, Amir. Tier 2. The War Dances are tier 2. The Asrai Spears are tier 3. They do have a nice physical resist.
I live to serve Ariel, master of the wild hunt.
Okay, I'll get Wardance in 2 turns. Just gonna be into the rebels. Nobody attacks, so we Gucci here. Oh man, that word is ruined. Should not use that word again. What is the Wing Rich Wood Elves? Age of the Oak of Ages upgraded tier 5 and then the quest battle. So it's collecting Ember and getting the tree up. While the upgrading tree you fight the Beastmen, which are the worst faction to fight Wood Elves, but with the melee it might be a little bit different.
The forest is whispering. Going forth.
I protect Bretonia.
I thirst for the hunt. Protector of the oak.
We will see our homeland persist through all the coming ages of the world.
The Clairvoyant Paragon, huh?
What could you possibly want?
Torgo one.
Unthinkable.
What could you possibly want?
And the one thing I like with Wood Elves, you actually get a great reward for quest battles, which many other factions, you know, don't have. As most of the items that exist in the game are crap, the unique items, and the quest battles are just tedious distractions. While the Wood Elves get great rewards for the quest battles, they get Ember.
Short-sighted. Futile.
live to serve Ariel. I will make it so.
I want to see change to wood elves. If the battlefield is forest, then the wood elves always ambush and attack. But you know, that's the rocket science. This headache just don't want to go away. Woke up so dehydrated with a headache. Get some wood lancers. Cool thing about the wood lancers, you know, they scream all right. So what's special about this unit? It's kind of fragile with 6800 health, but that's average for the elves. Fragile with 15 armor. But against armor piercing, it's actually better than armored because of physical resistance. Has a really solid base attack and defense. Really solid. Leadership is high, speed is high, and they have bonuses infantry, so extra damage and attack against infantry. And you get an ability which can shift their attack into defense. It's sometimes good on the charge. Basically, what you do, you deliver a charge and then you switch, so they get charge bonus and then they get defense when the unit turns around. With micro disc, you can actually reduce a lot of damage on them, because this is a really high defense for a dual for the anti-infantry unit, dual sword mambo jumbo. They're kind of like mini sword masters, better black arquebusiers. They're amazing at killing trash melee infantry. That's a lot of fun. But it's gonna be less so because of the bonus experience the AI gets now. Should see how Astalia is doing. I think they're actually doing quite bad.
Guardian of the deepwood.
Guys, 5 armor piercing damage and 3 attack. This is like nothing. If they double these stats, it's shit. If they triple it, it's below average. If they make it 4 times, then it's a hero trait. Man, the copy-paste traits between the factions and the amount of stats they get is so trivial that it doesn't matter at all. Weapon Master. At least we get the Weapon Master Lich Priest memes. Okay, we're gonna get our first battle here. We can get a Spill Singer before the first battle. We can't be too picky. We need Discipline once, but Discipline and Ariel Chosen. We get Confident and Determined. Garbage and, you know, maybe. Well, right now we can't be picky. We have to take her.
My powers are yours.
We have to take her.
Lord of the forest. Ever vigilant. King in the woods. Defender of Athel.
We have a Wisdom turn 9, it's amazing. Why would I care about such a thing, Adrius? I don't go outside my cave, and if I want something outside my cave, I order it or send people to get it. Give me a picture on Steam. Send me a picture on Steam. How you rate the speed, one down skill and large, above average? If you have all the battle skills and technologies, they are really good. Okay, we got our first battle here. We need 2 battles. We'll attack from the left now.
God King of the deep. We'll stop them.
My powers, Elves, honor me.
I thirst for the
If I attack from the other side, they flee into the crack holes of Indul. We don't want that.
to arms.
But a follow-up might still be tricky. Man, they have Wildwood Rangers. There's gonna be high casualties without healing. It's a light forest as well, but they don't have the extra ward save, so it's gonna be easy for us. Easier. We get extra leadership in ward save in the forest. King's Glade is a really forested area, favors melee. It's the reason some of these battlefields where people don't play Wood Elves. They think because of these 2 forests, the rest of the campaign is like that. It's just the King's Glade. Wow, that actually looks pretty cool, Audius.
I am reborn.
Almost like something from a RoboCop movie.
Silent Sentinel. Hiding in wait.
They have waywatchers, so these guys are kind of exposed here.
Orders.
So get 50% more accuracy and 15% melee defense while in forest, plus additional leadership and 10% ward save. This whole battlefield is a forest. The forest stalker only works well in the trees, while the technology for 10% ward save works on the whole battlefield because it's tagged as the forest. There are 2 differences for the forest. It's fighting inside the trees for the forest stalker, Wild Ranger ability, and then the bonuses which work on the forest battlefields, which is battle-wide. While some of these bonuses only works when you are inside the trees, forests. You see these icon forests, so not to confuse the difference between the 2.
Eternal Guard.
They have units which totally destroy our units.
Children of
We can flank with the war dancers. Damn, all blondes is like too much, man.
Wild Riders!
yours to command. Battle ready.
I'm gonna be in those trees there.
Son of Karnos, swiftly, with speed.
Look at those plebs. Think they're gonna hit Ryan with arrows
The forest.
in his own kingdom.
Swiftly, with speed. Death to them. Orion, swiftly, with speed. Swiftly.
That's the vortex ability, same the similar one that Gil has.
Eternal Guard!
Wind weaver.
Why is the phone ringing? Stop ringing the phone.
Wild Riders!
Waystalker ready with speed.
Eternal Guard! Deepwood Infantry!
Destroy all.
Wild Riders!
I will.
Forward.
At speed!
Ever ready. War dancers.
I, Athel Lauren!
Power could agree.
Got the Wild Riders right into their archers.
Orders.
That was a pretty good charge, look at the damage. But I got the spears now. Those are us rider spears, well let's just kill Wild Riders.
Awaiting orders!
Ready for battle. Faster.
Hurry!
At pace. Stalking the prey. Deepwood Guardian.
Quickly!
Your orders.
We send the other war dancers on the spears.
Armed and ready.
As you can see from the way we fight here, it's going to be a different Wood Elf campaign. You don't rely on pew 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 to win every battle.
Yes. Quickly.
Silent Sentinel.
Trample them!
At once. Kane, break them. To war.
Terror? Ah, it's from Ryan.
Eternal Guard!
To the fray. At speed.
Ready. Going forward.
At once!
Quickly. Unbreakable. You have my spear.
Ha. I.
The faithless must die!
I think they're gonna outrun 4 to 6 speed war dancers. Keep dreaming.
Swift!
Go.
It shall be done! At speed! Ride! To war!
Deepwood mage. Ha. I.
For Ariel!
The forest.
Who?
End them.
Taking a critical damage from the waywatchers.
Straight away.
Hungry for battle. For the offering.
Death to all.
With haste! Now! Swift! Quickly! As you say! Forever loyal!
They can only have the casualties. Losing half the Wild Riders on a battle, it's a normal thing. Every melee unit is supposed to be losing up to a half of their unit in a battle. If they don't do it, then they haven't seen a proper melee fighting, or they were just fighting weaker units.
Flatten them!
Hiding in wait. By your command.
Oh, Booker got 60 kills.
At once! Quickly!
Pretty accurate the
Sound the
Waystalker.
horns!
Orion.
Pretty accurate the Waystalker. And the War Dance did good. 90 kills, 44 kills, 70 kills. They haven't taken that much damage. It's like this unit can take like no damage, small damage. What do with a Waystalker in proper battle? Just annoy. Shoot quality units and use the abilities. This faction doesn't have penalty when they ransom. For some reason they removed this faction. Okay, we need money, so release captives. Most of our money is gonna be from battles. Battle loot when the battle ends, and then the releasing captives, and of course raising settlements.
Master of the wild. 1 hunt. 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 1
I guess we can fight him next turn.
I am called forth.
We might get like 6 units. The ongoing rebellion.
I thirst for the hunt. King in the woods. Yes. Lord of the forest. You have orders? I live to serve Ariel. Tiger, Jungla.
Six more war dancers. 8 attack and 8 defense. That's really good. Really good. $15 phys resist. Damn. 12 armor, 5 defense, 13 defense, 32 armor, 35 phys resist. That's some proper melee stats. The rocks against arm piercing. Well, it's pretty standard at now. I use Waste Stalker to do some damage, kills, so the other units don't have as much pressure. Get the aggro on the other unit, and then while you get your army gets better stuff, the Waste Stalker just AFK fire at will, providing bonuses. Well, use Wild Rangers, of course. They're the best melee unit the Willows have. The melee infantry. Wild Rangers is basically just better war dancers. There's no reason to use war dancers if we can afford Wild Rangers. Sarai Spear, you know, can be put with the bait if you're gonna use them combo. But the armor and the health on the Wild Rangers makes any other Wood Elf unit just don't use them anymore. They have the toughness, which other Wood Elf units don't have. And their offense is also very high.
Attack!
Wild Rangers in most situations have 2 times the toughness of the War Dancers. And you know, they're at tier 3, so just better than the tier 2 unit.
Hungry for battle!
Wild Rangers are more like tier 4 stats, but they fit them on tier 3.
At once!
For Lady Ariel! Swift! Orders received!
The cast hurled against us!
Enemy mages!
Brah! Ever ready! Ha!
Did they say brah? Don't you brah me? Brah?
Orion! For the glades!
Defenders of Athel Lauren!
Eternal Guard! Swift of foot!
Quickly!
With speed! For the Osprey!
Deepwood Infantry!
Brah! Armed and ready!
At once!
Quickly! With haste!
65 defense.
Armed and ready.
Swiftly.
Immediately.
Eternal Guard! Aye!
Quickly.
Advance!
Very well. You have my speed.
Children of Athel Lauren, at speed. It will be done.
Eternal Guard!
Make sure those Valor rulers don't get out.
Children of Athel Lauren!
Just routed a high leadership unit just like that.
Eternal Guard!
Must be nice.
At pace.
For the Eternal Realms!
For Hector.
Aye! We are tireless! Quickly! Orders! Now! Armed and ready!
Fools will.
War dancers.
Listening!
Your orders. This instant. For the eternal realms.
They really need healing. Their lack of armor just die.
Orders ever ready! For Ariel! Eternal Guard! Now!
Orders understood. Deepwood infantry. With haste.
For the Eternal Realms!
Ever ready. With speed.
Deepwood infantry. Deepwood.
We'll get 35 armor and then 47. And then additional 15 phase resist, which will even make them a try-hard use unit even over Wild Rangers. And Dryads are winning here because they have 60 armor. Even against the armor-piercing unit, they
Eternal Realms!
block some damage. Even if it's just 3 damage.
At pace! Dauntless Azray!
Straight away. Ah! Faster. Dauntless Asray. Ha! At once.
Dryads have 20 phase resist and 60 armor, so it makes them tankier than the other early options.
Orion. Winter comes to all.
We really need experience on the battle skills. The fact that we can get additional 13 melee defense just without the experience, we probably up to 19 with experience, just is insane. It's over 50% increase on the base. And it's required to do any melee. Pretty much this unit can get over 80 melee defense. Must be nice being the AI Dryads. Oh nice, we get another one. Biting Blade, armor piercing damage plus 8. On 310 armor piercing damage, huh? Yeah, that was just what I wanted, like under 3% increase items. Feather for Torque, Biting Blade. Where are you, chat? Where are you, chat? You only mention the Armors of Destiny and Talisman Preservation. I don't hear you now, chat. Where my add-ons? Where my streamer lock mods, huh? Huh, chat? You don't mention this crap here, huh? Only mention when I get Talisman Preservation every third campaign. What about the 100 other items you get, the shitty ones? Huh, chat? Maybe this is just one of those in-between campaigns where we don't have to, so we don't make it obvious, we just hide the item. Kappa. Kappa dead, kappa, kappa.
Lord of the Asray. You have orders? The forest calls! Shield of Athel Loren! I live to serve Ariel.
Now this is what I like to see with the Wood Elves. Eternal Guard using a spear in 2 hands, charge bonus 10. Eternal Guard using a spear with 1 hand, charge bonus 6. The Empire, what was the Empire difference?
Long have I fought and suffered for my...
You have been granted access to the ill-judged.
You call the deepwood protects its sons and daughters. Unthinkable.
Protector of the Oak.
We lose two units potentially here. Somehow we haven't killed a single sister. Sisters are really tanky. They nerfed this unit. They used to be even tankier. They used to have 50% physical resistance. But you know, people were complaining like, I can't catch the multiplayer and I can't kill them. Nerf that shit. So they nerfed them from 50 to 40% with some technologies and some other stuff. This unit was really tanky in the past. I mean, it's a tier 5 unit after all. Why is this a tier 5 unit? Well, it's harassment, it's tanky, and it has abilities. That's why it's tier 5.
Orion!
Warriors of Ariel! Ha! Orders! Rah!
I don't know who even uses Sisters of the Thorn in multiplayer. The unit probably is very expensive.
Unbreakable! Issa wills it! Orion!
The forest calls!
We grow restless.
Awaiting orders. I will crush them!
What the hell?
This donation is part of DG 2019. You must have forgot to activate the drop scripts. Keeper, remember next time only the lol.
Thank you, RuneScape.
Armed and ready! Orders understood! Now!
Hiding in wait!
We are within us! Bless us!
You have my spear!
Pay for your treachery!
Brace for impact!
Eternal Guard! Asray Riders! Glory to the Eternal Realms! Death to all!
85 speed, man. I love it.
Warriors of Ariel!
Swiftly! Children of Isha! Attack! Eternal Guard! Dauntless Asray! Swiftly! At pace! Armed and ready!
With haste!
Eternal Guard!
Son of Kronos! Orion!
Ancients, bless our weapons!
Ready for the hunt!
Aye! At pace!
Aye! Aye!
By your command!
Aye!
Stalking the prey! Fury fire! Rousing the forest!
Ryan, you're embarrassing yourself on live television.
Orion! Stalker. Hungry for battle. Orion! With speed.
Your orders.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
Ever ready.
This reminds me of something, I just don't remember what. You remember, chat? How do they even allow this in their broken spaghetti code that Orion can miss such a close distance? That is unacceptable. Thank you, Fulgrim. I don't know why, but playing Wood Elves feels like Christmas. Maybe because they released them on Christmas the first time.
Away I go.
Water Spirit is a really good follower.
Master of the Wild Hunt. Make way.
-5 enemy leadership local region. It's Tex. You can put him on the heroes as well. So the most important battle skill will be the swinging bows, attack and defense for the War Dancers and the Wildwood Rangers. 8/8. It's incredible for these units, especially the Wildwood Rangers, because they're armor piercing.
God King of the Deepwood. The Hunter.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
Man, the Armies Chosen is a pretty common follower, but we only got we're only getting shit here. And we cannot cycle with this economy.
I thirst for the hunt.
This is too expensive, never worth building. We're a bit desperate to keep this one out, but we'll eventually get money somewhere. Thank you, Bubblehead.
I live to serve Ariel. My will is yours.
I was still in Taskmaster.
Lord of the Asray.
Going towards weapon strength and melee attack, and then the ammunition and armor. Not sure if I even build a garrison here. I guess it's just habit. Garrison quest. I think the this one is for the quest. I mean, why I build in tier 2? That was my question. Not why I build in general. It's a good thing to build later.
Orion.
What you doing these days, RuneScape? Playing something? What they say? What else? They trade wine, timber, force, pottery. Wine seems to be the main income of the wood elves because of the high elves. I guess lore-wise. But the elves are also the second best craftsmen in the world. Went back to playing LOL.
Lord of the forest.
Don't need replenishment.
Have my spear.
We'll replenish in the vicinity of the city though.
Have my blessing. $750, $950.
You may keep your lying tongue.
Should be getting
for now.
a level next turn.
Yes.
He says yes, finally.
Lord, welcome to the halls of Athaloran. What do you... Unwise.
Everybody's so hostile in the forest. There are friends, and look at this. I never fix that shit.
Yes.
Wondering what kind of attack we can get now on these units. Man, the Wild Rider is gonna be so fast. So fast. Get out of my forest, Ryan. Feels bad, man. Feels weird, man. It's weird, man. Oh, man. Ellis going bed blind. Hey Joe, hey. He asks, what's the even victory conditions? It's related to the Oak of Ages. You need to upgrade the Oak of Ages, then fight off the beastmen that are trying to invade it, to destroy it. So it's all about collecting amber. Early game is pretty chill, but it speeds up when you confederate from tier 3. The most important thing in it's to get the Oak of Ages to tier 3 so you can confederate other wood elves.
Master of the wild hunter.
Why did they yell beastmen? Huh. Brayherd. Who respawned? Don't know, but they tell us they did respawn.
I will not believe a word you say. Not possible.
At your service. This is Athel Loren, home of the Oak of Ages and the Azray.
Idiot! This is how you talk to your king?
Ludicrous.
I thirst for the hunt.
Get some healing.
God King of the Deepwood. I will grant your request. You have orders?
Oh, you probably can, Joe. You probably can.
Ready to serve. Too hot, too lax.
So how much ember do we need? 15.
I live to serve Ariel.
Looks like Karak-Nor is under siege. Tier 3 for the Wild Riders. Wish armory was something else global, like attack and armor, and not the requirements for these units, which make no sense anymore. We just wait here for the next rebellion here while we're replenishing. But I will meet whoever is here next turn. Our sister turned deserving the tier 5. Yes and no, but that nothing already they can fit that much on the tier 5. They were definitely tier 5 before they nerfed physical resistance. Now they're like between tier 4 and 5. They're definitely deserving tier 4, but tier 5, since they nerfed the physical resistance, multiplayer bullshit. Not really. Very few units in the game deserve tier 5 Adris. And the ones that deserve tier 5 are usually like tier 3 or tier 4. You know, for the Warhammer, maybe even in Total War before, they removed that you have your not just your average units or your below average units, then you have your quality units, and then you have your elite units. They kind of forgot about the quality in between. So if it's not like tier 1 and sometimes tier 2, it's elite. This is good because this increases the lower the public order. This is an amazing event. I love this event.
King in the woods.
Love this event. Don't remember this item though. This will increase corruption and we'll have a little bit more rebellions. We're waiting for tier 3 now.
Master of the wild hunt.
The music is nice in the Wood Elf campaign. I mean, this is kind of saving grace for the overpriced cost.
What you have been granted access.
I'll gladly pay extra money for good soundtracks, but mini campaigns, I wanna take a shit all over mini campaigns, literally.
Hide.
We will see our homeland persist through...
Imprudent.
As you have been granted access to ludicrous.
I love how they go with the Wood Elf soundtrack. It feels like they're old and sad. That's the whole you know, fantasy elf theme. I like it. It's similar to Warhammer, like in Lord of the Rings. Old and sad, depressing, but you still want to hear their music. Their glory times have passed, and that's, you know, basically what the music is telling you. Amber for units is bullshit, yeah. I like the uniqueness of the mechanic, but the fact you have to pay Amber for units, it's stupid. You're really gonna recruit these units because you need to upgrade the tree and not recruit these units. And also doesn't fit the flavor of the campaign. I would never really use Orion's units with Durthu and Durthu's units with Orion. Totally beats the separate faction thing. Waiting for Legolas DLC. Well, he's arrived. Marcus Wolfhard. Oh shit, they already nerfed him. Goddamn multiplayer. It's just me and Legolas now. Only unit that is worth the Ember is the Forest Dragon. Flying units with breadth are amazing in siege battles.
I thirst for the hunt.
I'm not even sure that one works on the heroes.
God King of the deepwood.
It works for the Orion and him.
Lord of the forest. The forest calls. What valleys?
You may keep your life.
Beastmen did recover.
Ill considered.
What could you possibly want? Not possible.
Emily Magritte still holds. The fact this unit has more armor and 8400 health makes it the best with elf infantry.
Shield of Athel-Loren.
215, come on. This is tier 3, gives us another 200. 800 on tier 1, 1000 on tier 3, and it costs 4,000 to make it. Like, this always boggles the mind. Tier 1 800, tier 3 1000. And you have to pay 4,000 for it.
I live to serve Ariel.
This makes me want to attack the dwarves here.
Master of the
Maybe after the next rebellion.
My will is yours. I am called forth. I will make it so.
Tier 3 is gonna be a little bit easier in the forest, so we can actually consider going out. But we're still waiting for the units. Even if we go out the forest expand, the rebellions will are too much in the forest.
God. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit!
Hey Daga, thank you for 29 months. Is the frost worm considered a dragon? But it still flies with decent damage and bread. Flying single-handed is are nice, unless it's called a great eagle or fell manticore. It's nice. Worms are dragons, worm lore. I still think the forest dragon is better than the sun dragon in the thermostats. So no, the forest dragon is not the weakest dragon.
God King.
Yeah, this is definitely better than the sun dragon.
What could you possibly want? Unwise.
We will see our homeland persist futile.
What follies? Protector of the oak.
This is perfect.
My powers are yours.
I lost 2 ranks, but discipline is the way to go.
The forest is
2-3 disciplined heroes makes the melee much deadlier. It's almost like additional battle skill.
I thirst for the hunt. I live to serve Ariel. The hunter.
Hush, listen.
+2 attack is pretty much +2 chance to hit. And you can have every hero with it.
The forest.
Since you're playing melee, we gotta get a bit disciplined. It's like top priority.
You have orders?
Extra stats to carry the below average melee. Hey, should we visit? Well, there is this statue. We have 2 parts in the city. I'm not sure what's the English name. I think it's Saint George. It's basically a statue of Saint George and the dragon, how he's slaying the dragon. And the dragon doesn't even have wings, it pretty much looks like a Chinese dragon. Because you can't really make wings on the statue. It might have wings, but you don't really see them. This is the statue. So this is the dragon. They call this a dragon, you know, it's pretty much a worm. What did you post before? I don't see in the chat before this. Sorry, I didn't see before. It's kind of hard to see everything unless you tag the Elich in your message.
Lord of the forest, have my spear.
I think this is the best spot to encamp.
Grant your request.
We have one discipline, so additional to attack. That's my opinion. The greenskins. I don't think I'm gonna say no comment. No comment. Greenskins Imba technology. Imba. It's like, what is this? 2006. Hey Ankev, what do you mean more Wood Elves? Haven't played Wood Elves in a year. Rip Cookies? No, Cookies was just replaced.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit.
Guys, please, you can't come to my channel and says greenskins have technology ? PogChamp. It's like it's too much. Too much. You can't say such things in my channel. Thank you, Quizbrod. KK. Okay, we got Builder Orion.
Orion, have my blessing.
Thanks for the lesser races. Oh man, you did not just say that. This is when we are gonna go out. Oh baby, another one.
My powers are yours.
Protector of the oak.
They do have a unit of sisters here. Have double their damage, but they have so much freeze resist. It's a light forest. Shield Wizard, where was the last time you played Wood Elves? Man, it's been 2 hours. It just reminded me I need to stretch and get a hot coffee.
Eternal guard.
Oh, we have a frontal charge here.
Son of Kronos.
Hiding in wait. For Our Lady. Wild Riders. Eternal Guard! Ready and waiting!
Warriors of Ariel!
Yes! Swiftly! With speed! Swiftly! With speed! Swiftly! With speed! Swiftly! With speed! Good! Swiftly! Esau wills it! With speed! Swiftly!
Ha! Orders! Understood!
Still shooting quite nice there.
Battle ready!
Winter comes to all!
For the eternal realms! At once!
With speed!
Ever ready!
So almost like most of the army's range here.
Hurry!
Defenders of Apple!
They have no melee units.
Straight away! We are tireless! For Eldazar!
Swiftly! With speed!
Ever ready! To the fray! Hail the faithless! Ready for battle!
Some dryads here.
Ready! Faster! Yes!
Deepwood infantry!
Swiftly! Orders! Armed and ready!
Unbreakable!
To battle! Yes!
We are tireless!
With haste! Right! It shall be done! Quickly!
Where are you going, little elves? That rise definitely cringe.
Dauntless Asray! Athel Lauren! Now! Ah!
Hunters! We are relentless!
Like mowing down archers with wild riders.
Eternal Guard!
Shit wizard, let's not go there. Let's not go there.
Kill them!
It's still too early in the day. You see those mountains there? On the other side there are the pyramids.
Awaiting orders! Go! Right away! Orders! At speed! We grow restless! Now!
Armed and ready! By Efua! Ha! Immediately!
King in the woods!
Swiftly! Forward! Quickly!
This guy's not fast enough to dodge projectiles.
With haste! Moving fast! Wild riders! At speed! I hear you! With speed!
Eager for battle!
See that mountain? You can climb it. What do you think? This is Fallout 76? "16 times the detail." Why I have a feeling this waster are gonna get killed in Outer Zol against this too.
The hunt calls! Master of the wild hunt!
Certainly not.
To arms! I am called forth! Clear a path!
Okay, let's see what we can get with 3400 here. We do need to get this one.
No, I am Morgiana, Fey Enchantress. No evildoer may receive the blessings of
I'm missing
the
100 gold. It's a shame. 100 shekels. Look at this, guys. Warhammer 1 building. 3 pottery, 3 timber, 3 elven trinkets, 2 public order. Upgrade! Upgrade on a building! What the fuck? 4443. 3332 4443. Tier 1, Tier 2. These are Warhammer 1 buildings, boys. Warhammer 3, 20%, 50. Just makes it 10 times more. Not even J. Wilson double it. Warhammer 1, Warhammer 2. Like, what the fuck? Just you could have given me plus 444 plus 3 and then plus 555 plus 4. But no, we get 4443. Warhammer 1, Warhammer 2. This is made by the, you know, the old devs. This is made by the new devs. Not the same people. The fact that there is an upgrade between tier 2 and tier 3, it's a joke. It's a joke! And not even Gorok. This shit should get like 4 public order and 6 on all 3. Or just remove it from tier 3 and make it just 1 on tier 3 or tier 2. And this one should get double, 8 and 6. Like, look at this shit. 3332, 442, 3. They have 2 tiers of this building. 2 tiers of this building. And then they make 1 tier building here. 50 medicinal planes and 20 replenishment, 1 building. This was introduced with Warhammer 2. 332, 443. Never forget. $18 DLC. Not even power creep.
I live to serve Ariel.
It's too early for this one. We would definitely want another rebellion.
The forest is whispering.
The next rebellion is gonna be quick. So we could get the armory now, but I want to get the income. It's really not, right now above anything else. We need income. These units are expensive, 220. If we just went Glade Guard and Eternal Guard, we would have been already occupying settlements. We can't do that because this is a different campaign. I think 2 more rebellions and then we get the our public order building. The worst public order building in the game. And we can keep Booker here with additional public order, and this will give us some time to fight somewhere else.
This is Athel Loren, home of the Oak of...
Imprudent. You may keep your lying tongue. Certainly not.
Hey, Nerfy. I didn't need this, but we can't afford him. We have to go raise something.
Lord of the forest.
The fact we got 2 wizards, we can only get those. But we will not rush anyway. These campaigns are usually long in the like first 4 turns and then short in the next 4 turns, unless you're not playing for them something special. And why I keep clicking the buttons, I'm said I'm gonna get stretch my legs and get a coffee. We have a rebellion again in 2 turns.
Awaiting orders.
What do we get here so far? Build an arm.
You have my spear. Going.
Still need the
My
Taskmaster.
will is yours.
I foresee great things.
Oh man! I cannot believe it! We have two Spellsinger in the army and they don't have the same model. Oh my god. This DLC is totally worth $18. Oh man. Finally. This is gonna be a good campaign. It's a good sign. What's my prediction? What is the Warhammer 2 announcement? I have no idea. No idea. But I feel like it's gonna be something Elephant Skaven related. Hey Mike. Skaven lore with the starting Nordic, I mean Clan Molder. Clan Molder would be cool. But I feel like they might be saving Clan Molder for Kislev. And since Kislev is never gonna get released, we're never gonna get Clan Molder. But since they're busy working at that FPS game, the CA, probably not gonna see Warhammer 3 for another year, so we might get additional Warhammer 2 DLC. Miska's base chains, huh? It don't matter.
Orion!
Scotty says I would give my left nut for Clan Molder. It's like, I believe you.
God King of the deepwood. The hunter! On my way. I will grant your request. Master of the wild hunt.
Shame the Grimhold is under attack.
Too much, too late.
As the Deepwood protects its sons and daughters. Ridiculous.
Order, you may keep your lying tongue. Misguided.
Hide, you may keep your lying tongue for now. Ill-considered.
Beastmen have recovered again. What is Carcassonne doing?
Those who displease me
At
do
war
not
with the
need
Dread
to
Fleet.
protect. I am Morgiana, Fey Enchantress of Bretonia. Anon.
When the Bretonians want to go to war to Beastmen more than the people who actually despise Beastmen. This is a bug here. It's been in the game since December 2016 when this faction got released. This campaign we have just restrictions to some archery units. Other than that, it's just a regular Wood Elf campaign. I feel like we might play Clan Pestilence next. The M28 got unlocked. That campaign is gonna be hard and a short one, I feel. After playing Itza, it feels like it's gonna be literally impossible if Itza goes for you. Sneaky Kazrak out of all war. Okay. is the battlefield here? And that's why I get extra garrison here. If I didn't get it, we will lose this element. Would be worse if we could have had full Bestigor regiments. I don't know, maybe we have a long stream today, long stream tomorrow, and we only have Pestilence the next day.
Your orders.
We have a ward save here because it's a forest. You have to be careful not to shoot these guys with the starfire shafts.
Eternal Guard!
So like a good area to deploy infantry, but not really a good area to deploy a range with them.
For the Eternal Realms!
Hey Kogis.
Ready for battle! Children of Athel-Loren!
A little bit wide, and hope they actually just focus one side. We have quite a damage dealers here.
Glade Riders!
Kazark has no shield and has limited missile resistance.
For Our Lady!
Kazark is pretty much the only threat in their army.
Glade Guard!
I like expose these guys here.
Children of
They might send like 3 units on the side. Definitely won't get charged on the Wild Rangers. The Wild Rangers using special weapons, but it's just like basically great swords.
Glade Riders! The Lady Ariel!
Ever ready.
Glade Riders! For Athel-Loren!
He's strafing.
Hunters! Swift of foot! At speed! Eager and ready! Eternal Guard! As you say! Armed and ready! At once!
I hear you.
Our bows are yours! As you command! With haste!
With speed.
Yes?
First up.
As you say, hunters!
Awaiting orders.
Ever ready! Fire! Riders ready! Orders received! Ever ready! Fire!
Stalking the prey. Waystalker ready.
Hold position!
This side here is going to take a little bit more damage, huh?
Eager and ready! Warriors of Ariel! Children of Isha! Attack! Glade Guard! Glade Riders!
There's a lot of shit here.
Cavalry!
Those Unger herds have nice armor piercing. Look at the damage we're taking. Nearly 2000 damage. Holy shit, man, those Ungers. They don't even have rank 4. Rank 3.
Ready to ride.
Attack!
Glade guard. Let fly. Tell them. Now.
Our bows are yours!
Shoot at will.
Azark is murdering that
Going
elf.
for!
Aim. Fire. Hurry.
Charge here. 24.
Go.
As you say,
Glade guard. Ever ready. Armed and ready. Forever loyal. Ride. Yes.
Push in this area here.
Defenders of Athelloren! The forest wills it! With haste! Swiftly!
Azark is not taking damage in melee.
Blade guard!
That's why we needed to shoot him a little bit more.
Road restless! Understood!
right away!
Orders! Deepwood infantry! Blade guard! Azrai attack!
Go! Cavalry! Go!
Children of Athelloren!
Stellangara is still holding, which is most impressive.
Let fly!
Weapons loose!
For Athelloren!
Kazakh is not taking any damage here. Goddamn team, we don't have enough attack to hit him. Was a hit at least.
Straight away! Yes!
Hiding in wait!
They have access to
We are tireless!
dwellers below, which would have been amazing there. Pit of Shades, the Pendulum.
Straight away! Quickly! Glade riders! Hunters! Aim true, Asri!
For Carnos! Ever ready!
Bows of Athelloren! Advance! Tireless! Glade
Really?
riders!
Really?
Deepwood cavalry! For Ariel! At once! Faster!
This guy's for the dead.
Alcazar! Straight away! Fire when ready! To the enemy! At once! Archers ready! For the eternal realms!
Ready!
Hold! Quickly!
I would else fire while moving, so we can totally go after them.
Never miss! Deepwood archers! Immediately!
Ever ready!
Like the wind! Swift! Now!
Armed and ready!
Accept!
With haste!
Yes!
Edivix.
Swiftly!
Ride!
Change weapon! Bowman ready! Glade riders!
Funny how the regular Glade Guard did so much more kills than the Deepwood Scouts.
Glade riders! Wildwood rangers! Awaiting orders!
They have the same damage.
Those of Athelon!
Oh man. Oh, I totally forgot about that.
Deepwood archers!
It's not funny at all, it's sad. Glade Guard, Deepwood Scouts, same shit.
Archers ready! Now!
It's because Deepwood Scouts were shooting Khazrak, that's why. But, you know, you would think that they have better performance in the long fight than the Glade Guard, but no. They have the same bows, the same range stats. Except have a little bit better range. Now this is very nice of Khazrak to come here to give us some better loot. The fact Deepwood Scouts have the same armor piercing as the regular Glade Guard is a little sad, considering the difference in tier of the units. I think that's an oversight. Now we're talking about the Glade Guard and Deepwood Scouts, the range units. They have the same bows, except Deepwood Scouts have 10 more range, and the damage in little times is the same, which is weird. Because one is tier 1 unit, and another is tier 2 unit. And then Deepwood Scouts are worse archers than the Glade Guard with the Higby tips. That's just weird design choices. Makes the Deepwood Scouts look bad, but this is a master ambusher unit. So it's basically the Glade Guards, which are can harass and kite around. But you know, I smell multiplayer there. Why this unit is not better than the Glade Guard? Gotta be the multiplayer. Plus 4 attack for war dancer is great.
Have my blessing, Lord of the Forest.
Futile.
Lord of the Azrae.
You're getting better and better units, huh? You might be able to catch Khazrak as well and the beastmen. Glade Guard is your standard archer, while the Deepwood Scouts are harassment more than you know, your standard archer. That's pretty much the only difference.
King in the woods. Good.
Yes, I will.
Spell singer.
With haste.
With haste!
With haste. At pace.
Son of Kornos.
Rah! As you say.
Quickly, now! Ready for orders! Listening!
Of course.
Very well! Ever ready!
In for a charge here.
Orders this instant. Ever ready. Immediately. Orders.
They have Wild Rangers, so they can totally kill all of these war dancers.
Put host.
We're pushing them into our cavalry unit.
Rise! Sons of Kurnos!
To the fray. Rah! They will die.
This instant!
Ready to serve.
We have a 72 melee defense. We have anti-infantry, so the higher attack is higher than it shows.
Attack!
At pace!
Goeth would agree.
Onward!
Go!
Yes! They will die!
Quickly!
Unbreakable!
These guys got shocked hard and they're still not routed.
Wind!
That is insane.
With haste! Very well. Flatten them!
Ha!
At pace!
Soldiers off!
To battle!
What's the anti-infantry bonus? 8.
Awaiting orders! Swiftly!
That's average, but it helps.
Riders!
It's tier 2 units, so it can be high.
Armed and ready! Defenders of Athelloren!
Ha! As you command!
Don't have healing, so I have to use melee defense more than attack.
Men!
Death to them!
Meet your war dancers!
Ready for orders!
Forest Stalker!
If we had some healing here, would have been quite nice.
Strength of Kronos!
Kill them!
Battle ready!
Deepwood infantry!
Ready for the hunt!
Show them no mercy!
War
I mean, they mow down the Wild Rangers in number.
Burial!
We do have a very good attack, 53. Additional 10% ward save. The rebels don't get that. 10% ward save in Forest is very strong. That's double what Arcane gives to his army. It adds up with physical resistance on the base and the one for battle skill. And when you add healing to that, you have a unit that avoids half the damage. Against armor-piercing units, it's better than any armor in the game. But it's still a far to get there, to get that all that bonus. Which requires rank 7 as well. The fact they can have over 80 melee defense, it doesn't matter, they have less health than Wild Rangers. But still, the more armor, it makes a difference. And they have double damage compared to the Wild Rangers have double damage compared to War Dancers. So that's pretty much the main reason to use them over.
I live to serve Ares.
Ooh, they just retreated in the way, we might actually get Kazakh as well. We get 2 times free movement here. They have plus 8 attack and plus 8 defense for the War Dancer, the Wild Rangers. This is critical to their melee. Without this, they're shit. Mainly because of, you know, AI bonuses and experience. In a normal environment, their base stats are really high. Oh, the Forest Spirit should go here. Booker will not have a permanent place in the army. Warhammer 2 posted an announcement. What did they post? They're just teasing us, huh? It's definitely Skaven stuff.
For the Kadai!
Oh, banner swiftness, let's go! God damn, I mean, it's okay.
Away I go!
Can we get a hit book Kazakh as well? Oh man, we can hit Kazakh as well. Easy game, easy life.
Forest calls!
Easy game, easy life. So we're going for the Wild Rider bonus, Sister of Thorn bonus, and War Dancer at Wild Rangers. These are the core units.
God King of the Deepwood.
Kazrak. Good try, Kazrak, but you fail.
Deepwood infantry!
Make sure the Eternal Guard takes charge, and then we just go through with the war dances. So charging uphill, I'm not a fan of that. We'll also harass Kazakh with Waystalker, and we don't even have to go to the hill. We still have tactical advantage here.
Ready to ride.
We'll also roll about harassment phase of the fight before it goes with the lines, merge with the lines. But you don't even need to have lines in their armies. You just go, you know, full range. With 4 speed, 42.
Orion!
Hey, Bumblum.
Deepwood Guardian! King in the woods!
If I auto-resolve, they would all be dead. That might have been a mistake not auto-resolving here. But let them live a little bit longer on.
Destroy all!
There's no damage there. 0.
Son of Kronos! Awaiting orders. I am reborn! Good! Swiftly! Waystalker! Moving fast! You have my spear! Hunter!
They almost have the same speed here, huh?
I hear you! I will! With speed! Orders! Ready for the hunt! Fear the Kadai! Waystalker ready!
Now we can go for a charge.
With haste!
With speed!
Wild riders.
No, so maybe we even kill all of them.
War dancers!
What dancer faster than the beastmen?
Following orders!
I, ever ready!
Aye! Hit!
Unbreakable! With speed!
Eternal Guard!
Quickly!
Don't kill them too fast.
We will obey!
Ready for battle! As you command!
Ready to serve! Run!
Yes! Quickly! Eager and ready!
Battle ready!
I think we can catch them all.
Eternal Guard!
Your command? Attack! I, Lauren!
Imagine we can kill them all here. It'll be amazing.
Wild riders.
Dead. That's my girls.
It shall be
Like, this is like the only faction where they're more useful than in kitchen, man. Look at that 46 speed.
for Kurnis!
Eternal Guard!
So deadly.
Dauntless Azray! Ha! To the fray!
Ride, sons of Kurnos.
Just have to catch this unit here.
Wild riders.
They're not sisters of slaughter, you know, but that speed is so good.
Lauren!
At once! Armed and
Might actually kill everybody here.
Awaiting
When what dances run faster than the beastmen? That's insane. When you use the horn with Orion, we get the oh, and it actually fucked that up. But they would actually be even faster. Orion had the fastest arm in the game before they fucked him up with the different flavor and shit. I mean, who wants to use more than 2-3 wild riders in the army anyways? Like, we have to show real micro, not like with armor cavalry with the Bretonians.
For Kanos!
I miss the old Rhino with the fastest army in the game. Everybody might be dead here. The sisters, the war answer is so deadly. So deadly. You need to send the Eternal Guard to the kitchens.
Setting forth.
His game is alive. Another forest spirit. That's what I'm talking about.
I thirst for the hunt. I will make it so. Onward!
I don't think this even works on the heroes, because their skills traits they don't work on the heroes. Like this one says Lord's Arm, but it's a hero. Hero should not be able to equip this one. But you get range, so I guess it goes on the Waste Stalker. It's minus 15 leadership, pretty nice. You're getting a very good attack now.
Master of the wild hunt.
Very nice of beastmen to come here, so we can actually get some money. We had no money until those beastmen arrived. Can't afford more units right now. Can't even afford to build this. This is huge for the economy if we can trade. Oh, just the way I like them.
Can I offer assistance?
War Dancer Feast Halls. Isn't the War Dancer Feast Halls in Winterfell Palace?
Lady of the Glade, at your service.
But do we have her ready for later?
King in the woods. Protector
A
of
plus 4 attack, it's look at that attack, this is really deadly now. I mean, it's turn 21, you have 55 attack infantry. How many War Dancers Drummers? Only one, but you can only have only one works Samir. It's a Lord follower, it doesn't work in heroes for the attack. This is it's not even active right now, so they get additional 5, so they have 59 right now. It's really good. We could go fight Crooked Moon now.
Lord of the forest.
It's public order, man. It's giving me brain damage. This is like the worst faction for public order in the beginning. I don't need this anymore. I have two spell singers.
Shield of Athel Loren.
Both beastmen factions are dead. We have to go raise a city somewhere. I don't use trees with elves now. Only with Argon. Flavor all in all, you know. And the fact they cost Ember, it's no. Oh, looks like Karaknor got overwhelmed by the Crooked Moon. Means Crooked Moon get 5 Goblin armies now. It's unfortunate the Crooked Moon won this fast. It's kinda problematic to kill the spider with his composition. Maybe the spider get direct now to resolve, they fix that. For most part.
God King of the Deepwood.
CA! This does not work. It triggers my OCD when you can equip Lord followers on heroes.
You have orders?
Damsel.
You don't know how to fight first? Well, Clone Lock, if you're playing on Legendary, you fight the rebels. If you're playing on normal, doesn't really matter. Parawan. Just get a bunch of Glade Guard, Eternal Guard, and take Parawan. Destroy the orcs. Do that first.
I live to serve Ariel. I thirst for the hunt. I am called forth. You have my spear.
Priestess of the Lady.
Master of the wild hunt.
After next rebellion, we'll build this. We're at 15 units and no range, so we're behind anybody right now. We can get some trade money.
As welcome to the halls of Athel Loren. What do you ill-considered? No, just no. It shall be done.
You have been granted safe passage. I will see it done. I think
A few more turns, it's gonna build up.
Yeah.
What brings you before the...
We still don't have the armor, so it's still a bit... with these two technologies makes our units very strong in the beginning. 5 attack, 5 damage, and 20 armor. This is like... too good. But even the high elves, dark elves have shit like this that gives to all units. So good. I'd like to get more Wild Riders, but just not affordable right now. No economy. These things are expensive. Could have had a full army of Eternal Guard and Glade Guard instead. I have 2 healers in the army, we don't need extra armor anytime soon, but it's nice.
Yes.
Who else is fighting Baron except the Elves right now?
Honor before glory.
Just all the Wood Elves. They like us because we defeated Kazakh. Good thing Kazakh has come to us. There's actually pretty good trade money if you get those 2 trades or current income.
God King of the Deepwood.
This is just not enough if they have an army and a garrison. Damage would be way too high.
Orion.
We can get shields now. Silver shields and more defense at the cost of some charge. Charge value is so low, it's trivial. I'm really wondering why they are so afraid of giving proper charge values. Most times it's just better to hold ground unless the unit has over 20 charge. Hey Deadpool. Crooked Moon declared war on the Empire. Oh, that's nice. And the Crooked Moon did do very well, but they now declare war on the Empire. Which are either gonna put too much pressure on the Empire or they're gonna get smacked. See, the little game is pretty chill. 3 hours and we're still in the beginning here. It's a little bit slower than usual because we can't really risk without the archers. But there's really no point doing anything else. Now we get additional 5 attack and 5% weapon strength. I love this technology, love it. Every single elf unit gets 5 attack. That is just so good. And every single elf infantry unit. So Eternal Guard, War Dancers, Wildwood Rangers, they all get 5 attack. That is so convenient. So convenient. Makes the War Dancers dead, look at the attack. Beautiful.
The forest calls.
Beautiful. Next one is 20 armor for all L infantry and cavalry. Incredible. This is over double the buff for the War Dancers and 50% increase to the Eternal Guard, Wildwood Rangers and the Wild Riders. This is still gotta be one of the most convenient OP technologies in the whole game because of the how it will work.
Lord of the forest.
I will not believe a word you say, but speak anyway. No. The woods of Athel-Loren welcome you. Unthinkable.
Those greetings. Who seeks?
As the woods of Athel-Loren welcome you, deliver your message. No, just no.
This guy, man.
I live to serve Elves.
Pirinator says, Elich, I've seen you play this game a lot now, and even though I've never played it myself, I love to watch you play it. However, I have no idea how the economy works. Could you give a quick overview? Sure. When the new turn starts, I'll explain it. It's pretty much like the standard Total War. Every faction has a background income, which is basically the starting base income. If this faction is under a different rule for the economy, they don't have it like the Tomb Kings. So you are generating money via settlements, which have various economic buildings like industry, or trade, either eternal or external, and of course trade routes. You have the resource in the game with the generate income and trade resources, which are traded, basically just generate income. I will go more into detail when the turn starts. The unique thing that's been implemented in Warhammer that didn't been in previous Total Wars, economy also gets affected by the battles. There's this thing called battle loot. If you win a battle, you're gonna get loot. It's usually in hundreds, like 7+100. Unless you kill the lord, then you get over 1,000. And every faction has a different multiplier for the battle loot. Some factions like the Greenskins, Wood Elves, Chaos, or any Warhammer 2 factions get a lot of money from just battles. So, the base system is your settlements generate money. You can see income generated. You can see income here via the industry buildings, like the vine here. This is the economic building for the Wood Elves. Then you have buildings that generate resources: pottery, timber, elven trinkets, medicinal plants. These do not produce income immediately. You do have to sign a trade agreement, and depending on the size of the trade partner, you can export resources to them. You don't sell everything. You just sell depending how large they are. So if they have only one settlement, you can sell only some of the stuff. So that 50 medicinal plants will never be sold unless we trade with a faction that has 8+ regions. So this is that background income I was saying. Every faction has the background income except the Tomb Kings. So this is your base income. Then you have taxes that come from settlements. Settlement buildings generate income, industry building generate income, and then this is taxed. The base tax is 100%, but you can increase it. So there's a multiplier on that income. So this is the tax income, and the third thing is trade income, which you currently not have any. Usually most of the income comes from the taxes. Trade income can generate a lot. Some factions generate a lot of money to trade, but there is a bug going on in trade which makes the trade less than it's supposed to be. And other type of income come from battles. So you win battles, you get battle loot. This is depending on a faction. Some factions have a really high one. Some factions can increase it. Usually it's over 1,000 if you kill the enemy lord per battle. Then there's another income from battles, which is when you ransom captives, release captives. Basically you release their prisoners for money. This is also generates a lot of income during the course of the campaign. So this is that income from battles. And there is the third type of income from battles, or when you sack settlements, loot settlements, or raise settlements, you also generate income. Every faction have a different multiplier. Like the dwarves have some of the lowest multiplier in this term, while the chaos and the wood elves have some of the highest. So for the wood elves, their main economy comes from raising settlements. So you raise a settlement, and then you make an outpost out of it. You don't make an outpost out of a tier 4 or tier 5 city. You raise it first, and then you resettle it. Orion has even higher income for that, additional 20%. It's normal to sometimes see income over 60,000 here, 80,000 when you raise a settlement like that with Orion. This is where from where the elves generate the most money, the wood elves. So it's a combination of better loot, ransoming, releasing prisoners, and raising settlements. That's basically how the wood elf economy works. The settlements in the Outer Lauren just give you base income for 2 armies. Over that you have to go into negative, and you get money from fighting battles like Warriors of Chaos or the beastmen or the greenskins. Because there is a limit how much money elves generate from the settlements. Factions like, for example, dwarves, they don't get much money from battles unless there's a high tier, you know, late game battles, but then important all your economy is superior to that. They generate most of their additional money from trade, taxes and trade. Every faction have different income and different economy. Some factions have similar economy. It's like the High Elves and the Empire, for example. The Empire don't have additional battle loot, but their economy pretty much work the same. Just the High Elves get more. Hey Omen, thank you for your support. There is also another income from another way to make money, sometimes through diplomacy. Like the most basic thing is, if you are really friendly with factions, like trusted friends or allied, you could come to them and ask them for money. Depending on the treasury, you can even ask them over 2,000. You know, if you're just missing a couple of hundred, or if you have a lot of friends and you don't have much income, you can ask them for money. This usually can happen every 10 turns. Or you can offer them, you can ask for money for treaties. If this is like green, there's a high chance. You can usually ask them a couple of hundred, sometimes even 1,000, sometimes even over 4,000 or 5,000. But depending on faction, the main income comes from taxes and battles. Then it's trade, followed by background income and the diplomacy. You never create an outpost out of a capital if it is higher than tier 3. Yes, there is also treasure in the sea, but this is a battle income. Battling mechanic, because you the ones that give money are of battles, so it's part of the battle income.
The hunter.
Now we should start building the public order here. This is the one that increases public order. We can get quite a bit. We get another one of these war dancer drummers, we can get additional public order. This is the last rebellion before we decide to go outside the forest to do something. We'll stabilize a bit and then go out.
Lord of the forest. Ready to serve.
The reason why you have to babysit this in the early game is because of the negative public order from the difficulty. -8. The developers forgot about the legendary difficulty when they were creating Wood Elves, and they forgot to put public order on the core building, or a public order on some of their other buildings. Like their even public order building gives 2 tiers, it's only +3. They have some public order technology in the tree, but it's not enough. They have not really tested it on legendary. So you have to babysit this for a long time, first 30 turns, before you can go out. So it's a bit slow, but it's a short campaign. The victory condition is pretty straightforward. It's, you know, one of those ultimate victory conditions, which you just have to do one thing. Some factions have a really easy way to make money. Some factions, unless you know what you're doing, will have issues making money. But if you know what you're doing, it's too easy to make money. The best example of these factions are vampire counts. Vampire counts have some of the most expensive infrastructure in the game, and also some of the best infrastructure in the game. If you're not really good at, you know, planning ahead, saving, and then getting the tier 4 on time, you're gonna fall behind. There's gonna be a difference in 50 turns of rebuilding stuff. So there's a very noob-friendly faction like the dwarves. You can't really fail their economy, while the vampire counts, you can fail their economy. You have to know when to get the next army, and you know when to save the money. If you get all the tier 4 on time, they have the tier 4 and tier 5 economy buildings, which are very expensive. The chaos economy might look hard if you're new to the game, but the moment you raise a big city for the first time, you're sorted.
You have orders? My will is yours. To the hunt!
We'll get increase some public order in the capital after this one, and go out the forest for a few turns. It's not really the good thing to do right now, but you have to get lucky probing the first time. Not having ranged units makes this harder, but it's early game. We have the highest quality units in the early game, so our neighbors should not be able to keep up unless we mess up. There's always, you know, possibility of messing up, because you have to scout ahead where you're going.
Wild riders!
Oh my god!
Eternal Guard!
Have you seen that shit? Holy shit!
Deepwood infantry! Eternal Guard!
Eager for battle!
Also, guys, I'm having the most horrible headache. We're gonna save it after this battle, and I'll be back later when it's away.
Unbreakable!
At once! Drive them down!
Now, you don't want to fight wild rangers in the trees. They actually get good bonus. They get the guardians of wildwood. This only works while they're in the trees.
Orion!
They would totally delete those wild riders.
Hawks talon hunters!
With haste!
War dancers! At once! At speed!
Why no branch raids? We don't have the money to build them, to build the building and get more heroes. Didn't you see our income? The spell singers will keep our army alive better. Branch raids might be wizards, but the spell singers are way better.
Eternal Guard!
And they're tier 2.
Awaiting orders!
Branch raids are great, but the spell singers are just more accessible.
Straight away!
For Isha! As you say!
Eternal Guard!
Athel Lauren!
Yes? Orders!
I will!
Wild riders!
Armed and ready! We are tireless!
Hurry! Ride!
Look at the attack 64. It's not like they need it, but you can definitely use a branch raid for sure.
Ready to serve!
I just prefer to get the spell singers.
By F you are!
Spell singers are tier 2 and they're cheap.
Swiftly!
Branch raid, on the other hand, it's totally different.
Ready! As you say!
Ra! Kill them! Awaiting orders!
Swiftly!
Attack aura isn't always convenient to keep in place, so that's another thing.
For the hunt! Orion! Slaughter them!
Wild riders!
Fear the deepwood! At pace!
This instant!
The branch raids also don't have live bloom,
Eternal Guard!
and you have to understand what happens when you have 2 spell singers with live bloom.
With me!
You get over 1000 additional healing per bell.
To the
for free. You don't get this with bench raids. We are playing a melee focus army. So the branch rage, their attack doesn't really matter. Extra life blooms will keep the army alive. We don't cast Earth Blood just to get Earth Blood healing, we cast it for life bloom.
Children of Athelloren!
Wild riders!
War dancers! The forest wills it! Orders! As you command!
Yes!
The branch raid is pretty versatile. Just not a really good thing to get right now. I can't even afford a full arm right now. I can't get both a spell singer, two spell singers and a branch rate on this economy.
Quickly now! At speed!
Once we can afford building, usually once we sec for a city, we can get a branch rate.
Ha! This instant!
To battle!
Dauntless Asray!
Smash them!
Your command!
Awaiting orders! Riders of Athelloren! At speed!
Rancher is all around like a lore master, while the wizard is a wizard.
Once! To war!
Of course, the wizard is gonna be a better wizard than the branch raid. Nice to get an early branch raid because they needed a high rank to be good. They can be pretty good in melee with a high rank. You mean for the next milestone campaign? Well, it's every 400, Rubio. So the next campaign is unlocked on in $160, $180. The winter tour is unlocked in 180. You just divide by 400. So winter tour is unlocked in 180, and the final campaign when yeah, it's 180. Yeah, exactly, Ruby, exactly.
I thirst for the hunt.
I think the branch is still tier 3. Yeah, this is tier 1, this is tier 3 building. So look at this, we would have to pay 2,000 here and a 4,000 there with this economy. We can't do it. And if I could a branch, we're going to negative. It's not worth it. Once we get some money, we definitely get a branch raid. We need to get it for the replenishment anyways. Another drama would be beautiful.
Yes.
So Booker will be giving 6 public order with a drummer. Should be enough to stabilize the King's Glade. Some of these followers give such a low amount that it's, look at this, 2% more campaign movement range. 2% movement range.
Certainly not.
I bring pain.
Okay, this is done here. So what do we do now? When you are planning to go outside the forest, you deal with the final rebellion, then you put Orion inside the city, add the military presence here, and the public order will now start increasing. We need to stay here for a few turns, otherwise the moment we leave it's gonna rebel again. It's really inconvenient, but you know, our overlords know how to design this shit, right? This is doesn't add any difficulty, it just adds to the slowness of the early game and the tediousness. They just forgot to put public order, so that's why it's so bad. Money is limited as well, so we can't just build whatever we want. So the striking branches is a battle skill for the Wild Riders, gives them 12% speed and 12 charge. Makes them really fast and hit even harder. That with Orion is an additional 20 charge bonus. 82 charge, and they have 96 speed. And this is not all. The elves can get additional 10% speed. Just speed plus 10%. Doesn't even say who gets it. Thank you for clearing this out. So they get over 100 speed cavalry. Over 100 speed cavalry that hits like a truck. Has attack animations which are really deadly. Except they're never gonna be armored, but they have physical resistance. And on top of that, they get additional 12 charge bonus and 12% weapon strength. That's really deadly, but not as deadly as they used to be, since the AI gets a free experience for not doing nothing. So the melee in cavalry is on the worst spot it's ever been. The Life Blooms is the reason why I have 2 spell singers in the army. It's a melee army mainly, so we just cast regular Earth Blood, which is gonna be cheap healing for 4 units, and the Life Blooms will be triggering all the time. So we keep everybody alive longer. So the next step, a couple of turns AFK in King's Glade, and then I guess we're gonna go attack something. Crooked Moon or Paramon. And stay there until the next rebellion here. That's pretty much the early game for the Wood Elves. This is the first 30 turns. First 30 turns. The rebellions are too convenient and you cannot prevent them. So you get to deal with the first 3 or 4 rebellions, defeat the beastmen, and then start attacking neighbors. With Orion, what you can do on turn 1, go attack this one here and then later this one here, but you still have to come back for the rebellions. When you get tier 3, when you build this to tier 3, when you get Dodan or your hero spread public order for additional public order with extra public order here, it will still build up towards rebellion, but a little bit slower. If the building had public order, it would be way more convenient. Then you can do other things, not just deal with a couple of rebellions.
Ridiculous. We have an accord.
Oh, we're getting money.
Word you say, but speak anyway. Of course.
Okay, this will help. So now that the trade is unlocked, we are selling our medicinal plants. They basically generate income. They're not really selling them for money. They just generate income. We get additional 500 income. And with this, we can fill Orion's army with more units. Preferably Wild Riders, but we don't have the building. We don't have the building.
You have orders?
Getting regular wild riders, that's like the only thing you can get on tier 3. You can get the regular ones. Just the slots are so limited. On tier 4 you have much better options. You really need to get this set up. We'd have totally lost the city if we didn't build this one. Khazar had enough to take the city without this one. Probably would have been so close. The 3-man was losing to Khazar. Without the extra damage, we would have lost the city. So without this one, it's too risky. But now the Khazar is gone, we could remove it. But I could still beeline for it. Still, we can build both cavalry building and the forest spirit building to get a branch rate and the wild riders. The economy is so limited right now until we raise the first city. We're gonna get a couple of wild riders. This army is lacking damage dealers, the fast ones, so the archers don't push us. With the 3 or 4 wild riders, we can just overrun their archers, and the other units have easy time dealing with their infantry. And this is gonna be ideal. We're gonna have to stay here 5 turns anyways. Yeah, 5 turns. 6 turns AFK now. It's actually 7 turns. It will build a public order at least. There's like nothing to do. 7 turns, enter, get Wild Riders, go attack, Paragon or Crooked Moon. That's what's the next 7 turns. And this is the early game of the Wood Elves, first 3 turns. Thoughts on the PoE 2 thingy? Rip Diablo 4. I'm having a terrible headache, guys. Terrible headache. So I'm gonna have to take a break, and I'll be back later, guys. We're back into the vampire hours, somewhat. So I'll be back in about 2 or 3 hours if it gets better. I'll definitely be back, guaranteed 100%. And we'll be playing more Orion when I get back. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see ya in a few hours with more Wood Elves.